Hi there, Andrew Jolly, the accidental author. I'm just about to have an interview with Dr. Anne Glew, who is the new author of a book called When I Am a Doctor. I just wanted to do a really quick message before I jump onto the interview because the internet connection is not amazing. There's a few pauses and a few freezy bits, so I just want to apologise in advance. I know you'll get the message. I know you'll get Anne's passion and enthusiasm for her new book and for her message. But I just want to pre-warn you that the internet is not fabulous, but that's the times we live in. So anyway, enjoy my interview with Dr. Anne Glew. Excited to be sitting here with Dr. Anne Glew, who is the new author of a book called When I Am a Doctor. Hello, Anne, how are you?
Hi, Andrew. Lovely to be with you this morning.
And wonderful to be with you. You've been dreaming of being an author for how long?
Oh dear. I've always wanted to write. I've written little bits and pieces all my life, ever since I was at school. But getting this underway was started by you when you came out to my Aquapulse there. And I thought, hey, maybe, just maybe, I need an Australian mentor to get my dreams off the ground.
Absolutely, and I remember that day too, Anne. And you probably thought, well, if this clueless guy can become an author, then I can. And that was probably gave you a bit of confidence, right?
Well, I like the fact that you played for St Kilda and I barracked for St Kilda.
Oh, well, I like that too. So, Anne, hold up your book for us so we can have a look at it. Okay, tell us a bit about it.
Well, I am a doctor, and when I was little, I used to say to Mum, I'll make it up to you when I am a doctor. And what I was going to make it up to her was all the things that she told me was unsatisfactory with her life. And I was going to earn money, be it through being a doctor, and I would make her happy. Well, of course, life, once you start growing up and you start having your own goals and dreams, and the parental goals and dreams are not quite what a person ends up being, but still my mother's idea of what she was going to get out of me when I am a doctor actually to some extent came true. I did do things for her, but I still had to proceed my own life.
You did, and I know because I've obviously helped you write the book, and I've read most of it. That you had a pretty challenging upbringing, and your parents had beliefs around money and around, the fact that I think they believed they were cursed and destined to poverty, and they needed someone to save them from that. And you being, I think, you were the firstborn child, weren't you?
I was the firstborn girl. There was an older brother, and he early on let it be known that they were not going to look to him for any support, a pattern he established throughout life. So it was the girl who actually, I think mother had more faith in women. The Me Too movement, she was the initiator of it. She believed in women. Yeah, women were capable, and women got things done. And right from the very start, she realized I was intelligent, and that was enough. I was going to be a doctor.
Yeah, and your parents really sort of directed your life, didn't they? I mean, they were pretty much controlled what you did and who you did it with and who you married and who you didn't marry, and all that sort of stuff. So in a lot of cases, they had a lot of control over your life, didn't they?
Yeah.
But what I love, Anne, about your story is that, wow, I mean, you were a real female pioneer in the medical, industry, right? Because I mean, there weren't many women becoming doctors. You've been a doctor now for how long?
I graduated in 1969.
Okay, so it's over 50 years you've been a doctor and you're still practicing, which is incredible. I think that's amazing. But you really pioneered it, and you had to deal with a lot of negative attitudes around women in medicine and a whole range of stuff. You were strong enough and courageous enough just to keep going to obviously create a really successful medical career, which is still going, and that's awesome. But Anne, tell us, what's the main theme or thrust of your book? What is it you want people to get out of reading your book?
Well, actually, even though it's me being a doctor, there is a political philosophy of economics that can make life easy for the average person. It's been practiced in bits and pieces throughout the world, on and off, for the last 100 years in various places. There is a way of running the country to take the financial pressure off the average person. Somebody said I was a communist, and I said, "Oh, that's terrible, it's terrible, I'm not." And they said, "No, it's a compliment." It's not really, but it's a way of looking after people. And if my parents had not been so terrified of the world's going to come to an end, ruin, if they had relaxed, they wouldn't have put the pressure on me. And then some of their control would not have been necessary, because not all their control was helpful.
No.
And yes, I became a doctor, but what I would like to coming out from this is, I would like people to say, no, it's not fair, it's not right that parents or people in power should exercise ultimate control. The individual is, when they become able to express wishes and that, they should be able to relax, and the country's economy and the way the economy of the country is run, money and the government distribution of it, it is possible that we can enable people to live. Now, this is a Christian book. At the moment, it's in a Christian Koorong bookstore, and Jesus said, "Come to me, all you that labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn of me, and ye shall find rest unto your soul." There is a way the country's economy can give people rest. And the way I was pressured wasn't right. A lot of people, they read the book and they're saying, I had pressures. Oh, I had pressures. It doesn't mean that it's right. There is a way of allowing people's natural bent. Actually, I wanted to be a doctor. I ended up wanting to be, but allowing it to flourish naturally, not enforcing will upon a person. And the economy of the country can be run that way to do it.
Okay, so there's a lot of messages in the book around obviously money and attitudes towards money, and some great ideas in terms of the economy. But I also know, and there's great messages in there for people that have suffered any kind of, I guess, abuse as kids, and you weren't physically abused, but there was
Well, you call it that.
some emotional abuse, and there was certainly pressure from your parents for you to do certain things. And I love how you've come through out of this with such a positive attitude on life, and you're such a go-getter, and you've achieved so many things. And I know there's some wonderful, wonderful lessons and messages in this book, Anne, and I know it's going to inspire lots and lots of people.
Hopefully it will get through to enough people that the whispering, just a whispering and a growing feeling and a drew through the community, and they will say, hold on, let's run this country more easily.
Yeah, I think that's great. How do people get your book, Anne?
Koorong Bookstore.
So the best place right now is to get through the Koorong Bookstore, and I know you're going to be running some events and some launches and a whole range of things, so people need to look out for those sort of things. But Anne, congratulations on your book. I know it's been a long time coming, and I love being able to work with you and help you achieve this.
Well, it's because of you. It's because of you.
Well, thank you, but you did it. So you need to take some credit for that. You did it. You wrote it, and I know now it's going to get out and really help people all around the world. So Anne Glew, thank you and congratulations.
Thank you, Andrew Jobley.